Hi, my name is Dylan Marr, and I'm going to go over the key points of my business plan with you today. My business will be called Emerald Fields Organic Nursery and will be a retail nursery that produces and sells plants organically and sustainably. We will strive to one day produce plants for the greater parts of eastern Nebraska and western Iowa, but we will start in Omaha and surrounding areas. Our goals are as follows. Our first goal is to establish our retail sector first. Our second goal is to establish our production sector. Next, we're going to expand our production sector. And then in year 3, we're going to introduce a small landscape design staff and small install crew. The competitive advantage of our company and our products is that we grow our plants organically and sustainably, but we also use sustainable business practices such as energy independence and practices to increase overall efficiency. We also have a horticultural knowledge base and will be able to incorporate sustainable landscape design as the company grows, as stated in the goals. Our customers, or the target market that I will seek out for my business, will be women and men between the ages of 25 and 54 with higher education levels and middle to higher income. I chose this as my target market because according to a 2006 study of households, of a 41,000 household sample, 40% purchased at least some organic products, and of those households, higher education levels and higher income levels were more likely to purchase organic. Furthermore, there was no statistical difference in gender for organic and non-organic purchasers, and the typical range of the highest percentage of organic purchasers was between 24 and 54 years of age. Our management team is going to start out with just 3 people. We're going to have the owner, that's the grower, and the co-owner, that's the financial side of the business. And we will also have a designer that will come in year 3. He'll be there in year 0, but he'll be a sales manager in year 0, and then he will move to be the lead designer in year 3. Eventually, we'll expand. We'll get some seasonal growers. The financial owner will have to get a receptionist and a bookkeeper and a secretary. And the designer, who will be the sales manager as well, will have to hire seasonal retail staff. Eventually, we will just expand on that, adding more grow team members and seasonal retail, as well as the design staff in year 3. And our day-to-day operation will be quite simple. The grower will walk the fields and the greenhouses at the start of the day to scout for problems with the nursery stock and make sure the irrigation systems are working properly. And based on the results of the scouting, he will then apply pesticides and herbicides if necessary, or fertilizer. The grower will also hand water any other plant material that needs it at this time. Then he will begin to do the production he needs to do that day based on the time of year and the relative need of specific plants. He will delegate parts of the process to seasonal growers as the years pass and more employees are readily available. And the last thing he may do is amend the soil or apply that fertilizer if necessary, although this won't necessarily be a daily occurrence. The owner in charge of the finances will work with the secretary on the bookkeeping. He will also work on the accounts receivable and payable and be sure that they're up to date. And lastly, he will work on marketing projects such as newsletters, updating the website, updating our Facebook page, and just various other marketing tasks. The sales manager and the lead designer will work in the retail sector, making sales and overseeing seasonal workers in the retail sector. And in year 3, he will be the lead designer and work on designs for the seasonal landscape crew to install. And he will delegate designs to other designers eventually, and oversee the sales manager and help with any problems that may arise. Some critical risks include internal risks, which would be hiring the right employees and making sure to let employees go if they don't make a good fit at our company. And we'll have to pick good employees when hiring and make sure the screening process is thorough in order to get the best and brightest employees with the skill sets we need to run as smoothly as possible. Another internal risk associated with our staff is laying people off in the off seasons when business is slow, and we'll have to try to find employees that will want to come back to our company or find employees that are only available for seasonal work or have extra time, such as students, retirees, stay-at-home parents, etc. Some external risks would be the weather. That's going to greatly affect the performance of our plant production sector, and we will have to work with what Mother Nature brings us. And we'll have some areas that are more stable than others, such as our greenhouses and polyhouses, because they have some protection from the elements. And additionally, we'll have to purchase crop insurance in case our nursery stock is damaged or destroyed in any type of weather-related event, like I've been talking about, like a hailstorm or tornado or just a very bad thunderstorm. And lastly, another critical risk is the economy, and especially since it's been doing poorly in the recent past and we're just now starting to kind of recover from that. Reduced consumer spending due to a struggling economy will greatly affect our company's performance. And lastly, I just want to talk about my income statements and balance sheets. My first year of income statement, I've got a profit of $100,000. Year 2, it's about $70,000. Year 3, it's about $130,000. Year 4, it's $140,000, and then down to $46,000 in year 5. And that kind of fluctuates because we're going to be expanding through parts of those years, adding the design staff and just extending how many growers and seasonal staff we have. So that's going to play a part in that profit or loss, which there hasn't been any loss for any of the years. And I think that at this point, with all the profits, we're going to want to pay the principal on our loan as much as possible, and just get that loan down and try to get it out of the way as early as possible, just to keep that interest level that we're paying low. Our balance sheet at the end here, our total liabilities and equity for the first year is about $868,000. It's about the same for the second year. We move to $1 million the third year, and then go back to about $880,000 for the fourth and fifth year. In the cash flow statement, we've got cash balance at the end of the period for the first 5 years in order would be $460,000, $480,000, $420,000, $430,000, and then $55,000 in that last year. And like I said, once again, that's just because we're going to be expanding for parts of it. And that is all I have to say about my business plan. Thank you so much for watching. Emerald Fields Organic Nursery. My name is Dylan Marr. Thanks a bunch.